cars coming. Who can run? Mighty dog! Yay! Down here, the tree, that's the climate. Who can climb the tree? I like that. Who is that?
Dad.
Oh, alrighty. Here you go.
What do in there?
What?
What do in there?
Who's in there?
Dad,
What's he doing?
shoot me.
Is he shooting you?
No. Shoot me.
Whose house are you at?
But
Whose house is that?
my thing out.
Who else lives there?
My dog. This dog out is there.
There's a big dog there. Mighty Dog lives there. Who's Ma Jean's husband?
My dog out here.
What grandpa lives there?
Oh, you.
Who lives there?
Bob.
Bob does. Who takes you swimming?
Bob.
How do you swim?
Stay up here.
What's up there?
And me up here.
You want to get way up there?
But I want Bob.
Uh-huh.
Are you in there?
You want to shoot in there?
Yeah.
Sam, who shot a gun?
Me.
Who shot a gun that scared you?
Oh, die.
Did it scare you? What'd you do?
Die.
How'd you go? And who shot the gun? Did Dad shoot the gun? Did Grandma Jean shoot the gun?
Me.
Who?
Me.
Dick? Richard?
Who's in there?
Really? Here comes the car. Who's in the car?
Hi.
Who is that?
Hi.
Who is that? Here you go, see. Is that Larry?
Yeah.
Here's Prince Larry. Hi. How are the Outer Banks?
I just happened to be passing through and saw you out here, so I thought I'd stop and say hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Good.
Are you still
Hello.
in the Outer Banks?
Yes.
Do you like it there?
Yes.
Just home for Thanksgiving?
And I was over to see Ed and Emily Saffron. But
And they aren't there anymore.
no. You know where they're at?
The Murkowski's bought the house.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. And we don't know if it's, do you know if it's true they got a divorce? Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. They're getting a divorce. And Eric heard that Ed robbed a bank.
Well, then I should be able to find him.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Really?
Contact the.
I'm
He
not
was nice to me, and I liked
Yeah,
it.
sure.
Uh-huh.
But their
And,
house is in terrible
yeah.
repair. And he must have made a livable salary at the Flexible.
Yeah.
Why are you
Well,
in there?
the thing was,
Why are you
when I went
in
up,
there?
it was great. When I went up to the
You-
house and it's been patched, but I can't imagine that it's been really enhanced, and it would be a lot of work.
Oh, I know.
A whole
Heather
lot.
and Deborah and I walked through it. And I just thought, oh my heaven. This is right before they bought
It
it.
would almost be, I would think it would be worthwhile to just tear it down and rebuild something there.
Well, that's what I would think. But
Knowing what I know about the house from what I knew about it.
Was there anything about Ed Saffron which would lead you to believe he would rob a bank?
Maybe. Maybe.
How was he
Would
as a
you
neighbor?
think Eric would have robbed your bank?
Well, there was time maybe, okay? But not now, not now. No, really. You're still on the school board, aren't you, Eric?
That keeps me from robbing banks.
Hey, did you go to the football game last night?
No.
It was interesting because...
Did you go?
No, well, sort of, okay? Sort of. I went to a Steve Miller concert last night in Cleveland, and...
Well, that is sort of the same thing.
Sort of the same thing. Yeah, I think I got better into the deal.
Yeah.
But on the way up, there was this one place where there were just massive amounts of cars trying
Yeah.
to get off of 71.
Yeah.
And, I've been home for 3 days, but I've read some papers, and my parents, were Clearport people, so I heard about that, and all this sort of stuff this conversation was going on. So we're trying to figure out what was going on, and it's like, finally I remember seeing a Baldwin Wallace sign someplace in the
Yeah.
background there, and I went, wait a minute, Baldwin Wallace, Loudonville. There's a football game up here tonight. And that was about 7:30, so there's a lot of people that were late to the football game. It was massive traffic jam. On the way home, we stopped at the rest stop, and I looked at the register book, and it said Central Catholic 46, Loudonville with an E, okay, 0. So I knew it wasn't somebody from Loudonville. Well, it could have been, but that had written that. But I couldn't tell whether to believe it or not. And then we stopped at a McDonald's down there at 8. Sure. 5.
Somebody go with her?
No, we put her on a bus. No, she had a friend whose her mother was running in a military marathon up there, and so they were going to go up, and their girl is like a year older than Tess, and she said, well, why doesn't Tess go along? And the father was kind of like going, yeah, because 2 is easier to take care of than 1, because 1's always bugging me and 2 are entertaining themselves, so why don't you let Tess go along? We really didn't know these people all that well, but it was like, they seemed okay, so we let her go, and she had a good time.
That's nice.
And you're such a judge of character,
Well, actually, it was a
You
risk.
who,
It was a risk. Me who hangs out with Ed Saffron.
Yeah, Ed Saffron
Yeah.
would probably take your daughter to Washington if you'd like him to.
Now, does it seem odd to you that Tom is superintendent? And Eric,
Superintendent.
you didn't
Tom
know
is
that.
superintendent? I read some things in the papers. I've been catching up and cramming on the Loudonville Times the last 2 weeks. And I noticed these articles he wrote, but we knew that.
They all write that PG isn't strong enough director.
Really? Well, I never worked with him really that much as a director, but he does kind of expect you to do stuff. See, that's the one thing, and that's one of the problems with people at community theater, because, well, tell me what to do. Do something,
Well, I guess their feelings were that everybody was doing their own thing and that they wouldn't do what he wanted. He would suggest it and they wouldn't do it.
And he wouldn't.
He wouldn't suggest it. But I figured, you do a few and you start so.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you find out what you have to do, or you die.
Right. And they're not unwilling to work with it. I'm sure I could work on it.
I thought the touring show you did work pretty well.
Oh, no. Hit the ground. Hit that tree. Go hit that tree.
It's pretty dark.
It was really hard because the drugs I was on was screwing me up. And I was supposed to rest.
My sheep hurts a lot.
It does. So I was a lot more hyper than I usually am.
The one got that.
I know. It was hard.
Well, she didn't seem like she, and she always says that's the way pneumonia is. It doesn't seem like she's sick, but it hurts to breathe. She really just doesn't seem very ill, but she said there's a lot of pain when she breathes.
What?
Do you have any tricks for me today?
What is this saying?
What you doing?
Watch me do disappearing trick.
Oh, that's incredible. I wonder if we could make him come back. I'll click my fingers. Okay.
Okay, Scuba,